What's up, people? Welcome back. One second. To a brand new video, and this isn't real. It's freaking fake. Look at this. You can see the freaking copper in it. It's not real. I don't smoke, but this looks cool. So, anyways, welcome back, people. I look short as hell again to a review of Suicide Squad. Yes! Yes! I freaking love this movie so much. So we're gonna talk about it. I loved it. You can just already hear. If you wanna know my review, 10 out of 10! Seriously, honestly, I might give it a 10 out of 10. We'll see. Also, I got this today. It's like the Versace logo. I don't know. It's kind of cool. See my nails. Enough life updates for me. That's all I've been up to. Versace logo. Yes. So. Anyways. Suicide Squad. I gotta grab my notes because I wrote down a whole bunch of notes because I was taking notes the whole time. People were typing, watching. Oh my god. So, Suicide Squad is a remake, reboot, and it's sort of, I don't even know what. Basically, sort of just hard to describe. But basically, it is a Suicide Squad movie, another Suicide Squad movie, sort of. This movie, I loved. It was a great movie, solid movie, and that's all I can really say before we get into spoiler category, like spoiler territory, which there are spoilers in this, so stay away! Spoilers! Spoilers. So, yeah, I liked the movie. I thought it was great. I thought it was really freaking funny. There's a lot of R-rated stuff in it, which seriously made it worth its rating. And overall, it was a really solid movie, a really good DC movie, and I really recommend you watch it. Really funny, really good. Definitely better at a lot of points than the last one, but there are some things in the last one that this one did a little not as good of a job. So it's a good in between on that. And yeah, anyways, going on to spoilers now. So if you don't want to be spoiled, turn back, leave, go watch a movie. It's on HBO Max, which I bug off someone else. Don't tell anyone. Alright, so I like how the movie started. I love how you literally just get right into it at first. It makes you like, it's like, oh god, I need to be explained again. The chips, this, that, this. They're gonna go on something. No, they bring you right into it. It's like, alright, dude's up, whatever his name was. So they bring him up, dude with long hair. I don't care. He dies a few minutes in. So anyways, they assemble the squad. Pete Davidson, 10 out of 10. A weasel, that was really weird, but I loved that. A whole bunch of just interesting characters, I guess. What was that one? FD something? Basically, he realized he could detach his arms and use them like he's an action figure. That was amazing. But basically, you get to this team, I'm like, alright, they're cool. I mean, as soon as like King Shark and Bloodsport and stuff, where are they gonna fit in this? And everyone dies! They all freaking die! And I was sort of not, kinda, I don't know. It was crazy. Like, Pete Davidson just walks up, boom, right in his freaking skull. And he's dead and his freaking face is blown off. The gore is great. It's amazing. Seriously, James Gunn, I love you. I want to make love to you. So I loved that. It was great. It was solid. Oh man. So yeah, this whole thing, it's literally just like D-Day. They all just get murked, except for Harley. And I'll wait on that. But it's Harley. It was, of course. Margot, Robbie, they're not killing her off. Harley, I would cry. So, Harley, it sort of gets captured and all that. Anyways, we go to the other side of the beach where there's the B team, which is really the A team. Bloodsport, King Shark, Peacemaker, Polka Dot Man, Rick Flag, and Rat Lady. Damn it, why do I not remember her name? I loved her. But yeah, we get all these people. There are B team, but really A team. So, then we go into that. I'm like, oh my god. Okay. What happened? And then they like flashback, and it's like, okay, great. I love that. So then we get to see like everything building up to it. And it was just short, brief, really funny parts, explaining the mission. We already basically know. You have a bomb in your head. And all this. We already know all that. From the last one, we know the premise. And they explain it quick. They go through it quick. They give you a brief, sort of not really backstory and all the characters. They just introduce them. Which the last one kind of did too. Sort of. A little bit better, but not really. They just explain the characters really quick. They don't go into in-depth on their backstory a whole bunch, except for Bloodsport, which, he is literally like Deadshot, Will Smith's character, exactly. With the daughter, everything. It's really similar, and it's kind of annoying, but I don't mind. But anyways, we get this cool introduction. It was cool and all that. Then we get into, I just want to get into more like into like the actual island and stuff. I liked it. It was a cool sort of fun exploring sort of adventure, I have to say though, the plot I was not, as invested in as in the 2016 Suicide Squad, which overall was not as good as this one in some ways, but I liked the city at night, the landscape, the whole environment. It was super nice. And yeah, I liked it. This one, you're on a Colombian island, and it was okay. I kind of wish it was if we flipped it. Yeah, I don't know, but I do like it. But I think that if they did it the same way, and the Starro, the Conquer, whatever, that was cool. But before that, it's all right, alien thing, all right. I was not excited. I was not compelled. And the other Suicide Squad movie, which I'm not going to be comparing them constantly because they're different things, but they both have the same name, the same sort of premise. But I have to say, compared to that, you have, something that you're looking out for. Enchantress. She's gonna, and, we gotta stop her because, too, also, it's not all her fault, it's really Rick Flag's girlfriend, whatever, and she's, possessed. And you feel bad. It's aw, I feel kind of bad. Because I kind of like Rick Flag in the middle of the movie, and I want this to work out. And I had a little bit of investment. It's all right, they're all gonna go in, kill Starve Dude. All right. Well, you didn't know that originally. It was just, okay. But it got better at, once we get introduced, okay, this is good. So we have the premise that we need to go in, boom. And then everyone realizes that it was really a cover-up because it was their fault. Waller, all of them, they did it. They shouldn't have, and they did it. So I love my really brief. I'm just all over the place. But so they're going in to basically play cover-up. They're not going in to save the world. They're saving some other people's asses, and I like that. That was cool. I was not sort of expecting that. I liked that. That was a good sort of twist on this that I wanted, because now it turns into a morality thing, and I like that. And that's really where Peacemaker, and Rick Flag really get at it. I like that. And I really like after that point, the final battle and all that. But before that, I want to go back to, I know I kind of jumped through the plot, but the plot overall was solid. I liked it. But back now to the characters, which I want to go through one by one. Harley Quinn, I loved her. And this, in the first half, she's kind of doing her own thing, she gets captured. She's going to marry some guy in the government or something. President, king, I can't remember, because she fucking murders him. And I was not fully expecting that quick. It was kind of funny, she freaking, the monster in between his pants, as she referred it to as, she loved him, but then, he's dead. So, she's doing her own thing, and I laughed really hard when they started freaking banging, and they're just bumping over shit and all that. It was funny. I really liked it. And, yeah, it was funny. And it was just, I don't know, Harley Quinn was on her own little side adventure here while we're going straight forward, and then she reconnects, and then she gets saved, and then she's a part of it. And you know what? It was kind of like the last one where she literally just escapes, and then, goes off the Joker for a few minutes. Oh no! And then, it was whatever. Oh god, I forgot to get shut down. And then the Jared Leto joke. The Jared Leto Joker, that scream. Okay. Anyways, back to this. Harley Quinn was kind of doing her own thing for the first half, which I didn't mind. She was just, she's memeing around, I liked it. It was funny. King Shark, I loved. It was so funny. He was sort of like the, just sort of the heavy character, the bulky, I liked him. I got really scared a lot of times because there were so many parts where I thought he was going to die and I would cry. I was super scared. There was a part where I thought he died because there's you know what part I'm talking about. I thought he died. He did it. And then the tower's collapsing. Oh, he looks up. Nope, not dead there. Oh no, they're grabbing him. Not dead there. He doesn't freaking die. And I'm happy. I'm so happy. So I was really worried. That was something that I was scared because he's sort of like the mean character. It's like, no, don't kill him. He's so wholesome. But not really, because he eats people. There are so many gory scenes where he rips people in half, rips people's heads off, eats them whole, and I loved it. I loved it. So, yeah, King Shark, solid. Bloodsport, you know, it's just like I said earlier, he's like the Deadshot Will Smith character with the daughter, the offspring that's doing, you know, wants to see or, you know, just have the best for, you know, and it was, you know, just, you know, same thing. I'd say it wasn't as good as Will Smith's, you know, because at the end he only gets like seer, and it's kind of sad because he knows he has to go back to the jail or prison or penitentiary, basically. And this one's, the arcs, it's okay. Rick Flag. I have to say that I didn't like him as much compared to in the 2016 one, but it was not as good, I have to say. I liked him, but it's not as good. And I kind of seem like I'm being, like, you know, very critical, but those are the only things I really have criticism on, or just some of the character parts, but I wasn't really going into it expecting that, because the last one really didn't at all. Like, we knew a little bit about the characters, but I have to say that we do start to, especially in the bus scene, where we start to get, you know, and you know, sort of learn some things about the characters, like why Bloodsport's so scared of rats, and why Rat Lady likes rats, and I need to stop calling her that. Damn it, I'm gonna look up her name now. Her name is literally Ratcatcher. Alright, so anyways, back to my notes. Yeah, so Ratcatcher I liked a lot. She had a solid, you know, arc. Probably the best. You know, it was sad. It was good. I liked hers. Polka Dot Man, at first, I could not just, I don't know. He's whatever. He could die. And he did die. And it was actually kind of sad. So at first I was like, alright, whatever, Polka Dot Man, you know, he's another mean character. We already have enough of these. Whatever. Polka Dot Man. But I started to like him once we learned his backstory and his power, and how we can see his mom all around him. It was funny. I loved that. And overall, I liked him. At the end, near the end, I liked him. I thought he was cool. Took some time, but he warmed up to me. Peacemaker was probably near the top for me. John Cena, that was probably one of his best roles ever. I loved that. He did a great job, and I loved his role. He was so freaking funny. All of his metaphors, jokes, him just weirdly dancing in the club. Also too, the strong parts, like where he kills Rick Flag, which, yes, spoiler, which I already warned you. That was, you know, it was, you know, he didn't want to fully do it, but he had to, because in his mind, it was whatever, you know, he's Peacemaker. And I have to say that, you know, it was a decent scene, you know, Peacemaker, what a joke. And I have to say that, you know, then the whole bullet thing, the whole bullet argument earlier in the movie comes back to bite him in the ass for Bloodsport. Right in his throat. So I have to say that I really loved Peacemaker. Also, Amanda Wallace, she's good. Her same thing as in the last movie. She's just the same. I don't know. She's fucking mean. She's icky Vicky, but you know, she has a reason to like bash her in the head. She deserved it. But yeah, man, whatever. She's cool. That Brainiac looking dude, what was his name? Like, I seriously was paying attention. I didn't know, like, any of their, like, did we even get a name for him? I don't know. But he was cool. Starfish Man, aka the Conqueror, aka the Starfish Man. I forgot his name. I literally had it, like, memorized. And then I just worked on Starfish Man. I can't get out of my head. Starfish Man. Yeah. Starfish Man. He's cool. I liked Enchantress a bit more, but he's cool. It's just, I liked, you know, it was really, like, kind of horrifying when you go into the lab and you see them, like, you know, like, sucking on all these people, and you see, like, someone, like, cut in half, and you see, like, their guts, which we'll get into gore in a second, but damn! I have to say, like, the introduction to that was probably the best. When he rips Mr. Brainiac-looking dude, his arm and leg off, he goes flying in the wall. I love that, and yeah, he was cool. By the way, too, I have to mention, going into the B team, Pete Davidson, funny, I'm gonna miss him, that was sad. Boomerang, I don't get if the continuity goes, like, because Boomerang survived the last one, he dies, and it was sad, you know, he looked, it wasn't really, like, sad, but, you know, he is, like, he's dead. And it was sad for me, because I liked Boomerang, and yeah, it was sad. I'm gonna miss those two. The Weasel was a big sad. He drowned. No, he didn't drown. He survived at the end credits. I loved it. My boy, Weasel. he's in the wilderness. But yeah, I liked all the characters. I don't know if I really prefer them. Yeah, I guess I do kind of prefer them to the 2016 one, which we're going to compare them later because I don't want to, because they're sort of trying to do different things, but I want to compare the process, because it's the same. It's a group of bad boys. They're going to get their prison sentence, trimmed up a bit, but they have to do some tasks to save the world, or in this case, save asses. And I have to say that, yeah, there's a bit of comparing to do, especially when you have some of the same characters, like Rick Flag, Boomerang, Harley Quinn, and it's sort of following the same sort of premise. And I have to say that, yeah, some of them are kind of, King Shark's like the equivalent to Killer Croc, and King Shark just had more, talky stuff. I like them both. Rick Flag, 2016 one was superior. Damn, Bloodsport, him and Will Smith's Deadshot, they're tied. I love them both. Ratley, we don't really have, the other ones I don't really have full comparisons to, but I liked them. They were good. I love the Suicide Squad. I love how they, paid some love to some characters that you don't really ever hear about as much. Polka Dot Man, Peacekeeper, Ratcatcher, Bloodsport, sort of. King Shark you do, but you don't fully hear these names as much, or ever in the movies. And I love that, they paid him some love, which we deserved. They deserved, and we deserve to enjoy, because it was awesome, and I loved the characters, and they were cool, and they grew on me. Overall, they were decent. We got to learn a bit about them, not a whole bunch, because, they still did the same thing, but they don't fully, go deep into their psyche, except for a few, Ratcatcher, Bloodsport, and, yes, not really Peacemaker. And the other ones you don't really, I have to say that, yeah, it was, the character development, it was there. I have to go on now to the comedy. It was 10 out of 10. I loved it. I was laughing so damn hard. The show-off part where they're breaking in, where they're going into this war, damn, what's the word? They're just going in to fight these bandoliers and stuff, and they're Peacemaker and Bloodsport are having a show-off for killing, they're killing so you can kill the coolest. It was so funny. You say, stop. It was funny. I liked that. And then it turns out that they were literally attacking a group of good people. Rick Flag made friends with them. They made frenzies, and they killed them all. There's a part where one dude literally has his balls hanging out, and he killed them. My dad missed that. We rewound it. We were laughing so hard at that part. The small talk where when they first get off the beach about a beach full of dicks, and that was really funny. The 69 part where Harley Quinn's being interrogated. He's like, how many men did you bring the island? 69. 69? How could you get that? Oh, damn it. That was funny. The crazy sex scene I already mentioned. That was funny. I thought there was a guy named Milton who's just some dude in a car who comes and helps them a bit. He dies. Milton? Who's Milton? Oh, that Milton. That was funny. Bloodsport, or the tower is collapsing, and he keeps going down. He's like, oh, damn it. I actually thought I was going to die. All right, he falls. Okay, he's safe. Oh, crap, he keeps falling down. Already safe. Oh, no, he falls down again. And then it leads into, right before there's, a cliffhanger, or Peacemaker is about to kill Ratcatcher. But then Bloodsport comes, and I love that. And, yeah, it was good. Action was great. It was solid. It was fun. I enjoyed it a lot. The gore was top-notch. Pete Davidson's face getting blown off was great. King Shark's eliminations were great. The creative ways that they kill people by, stabbing them, cutting their throats, heads being cut off, King Shark ripping people in half, ripping limbs off, ripping heads off. It was great. The gore was solid, and I was not expecting it. Because, with Deadpool and stuff, you get some gore, but this was over the top, and I loved it. So, yeah, it was great. Gore, comedy, action, characters. It was all fun. I had so much fun watching this. And overall, I really enjoyed this movie. I think it is better than the last one in a lot of ways, but the one thing it will never beat the 2016 Suicide Squad with is... drumroll. Waiting. The soundtrack. The soundtrack to the last one, or, the other one, is superb. Purple Lamborghini, Heathens, Sucker for Pain. They put in Black Skinhead from Kanye. I loved the soundtrack, and it's not that really big thing, but I liked it. And they can't ever beat that movies. It's a decent soundtrack, but yeah, that's one thing that you'll never beat about that one. Overall, I think that the whole task was, it was okay. And by the way, to this, money. It's not anything like you're expecting. You're wondering why I have this. I took this home. I had some money left somewhere. I didn't want to touch it because money is icky, people. So anyways, I have to say that I think the plot overall in the last one was a bit better in the structure, but the characters and the getting to know them was not as good as in this one in some parts. And I think overall just everything else was better in this movie, and I really enjoyed it, and I overall had so much fun watching this, and I really think that this is a masterpiece adult comic film. That is the title here. I think overall it's a great film, but for what I was going for like a Deadpool movie or this, it is perfect, and I had so much fun watching it. It was great. It was not okay. It was great, and overall I had a lot of fun. Of course, it had its issues. You know, we could have got to know the characters a bit more. When Polka Dot Man just goes and dies, it was like, oh damn it, and then that was it. It was a little sad, you know, because we got to know him a bit, but if like Ratcatcher died, I would have been, you know, I'm not saying I want people to die because I don't. I want, you know, we got some people dying, and that was good. You know, there's risk in this movie. I know in the last one there wasn't as much risk. We had like Diablo, Slipknot. We don't really have that many people die. In this, there was risk. I was really scared about King Shark dying. I really was. And I love how, you know, in the intro, they literally play a song that says, everyone, you're dying. And they show the gore, like the aftermath. Like, oh, his Boomerang's freaking arm. Here's Pete Davidson's blown off face. They're telling you when you go in, death is inevitable. And I like, you know, it got me scared. It's like, oh, okay, well, I'm not as attached. And I started to, and I like them. Bloodsport, Peacemaker, they're all cool. And you know what? I think it did a decent job of that. Not the best. I think if they went a little deeper, it would have made it more, but I don't think that's really where they're trying to go. They're trying to go with like an adult comedy, some fun, some story in it. And I think what it did was great. Of course, they always could have done that. Like Peacemaker, what's more of his motivation? We know a bit, like, you know, with Waller and all that, but I want to know more of it. Overall, I enjoy this movie. Solid, and yeah, I'm just I'm hyping this movie up. You have to go watch it. I think overall it's a really great movie, and I had so much fun watching it. And I have to agree with what the critics say about this being a great movie. I think that at one point I gave it like 100%. I'm gonna give this like a 9 out of 10. I loved it. I think it was a great movie, and overall, I'm super excited to see what other stuff comes out of the DC Universe, as this has been one of the best movies I've ever seen in the DC Universe. And I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna roll away. I'm not wearing pants right now, so I will see you all later. Hope you have a great day or night wherever you are. I stand Margot Robbie to death, and yep, I literally mentioned all my notes. Anyways, I'll see you all later. Hope you have a great day or night wherever you are, and remember, you only live once. See you guys. Have a good one. I don't want talking like this. I don't know. I'm gonna go back to smoking my shark. A fake one. True guys.